out, in other words.
Oh my God.
If you're a sitting U.S. senator,
Out, in other words, Democratic Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posted on X about his trip to Ukraine to push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country. And
Sure.
if they don't, they're a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
if you're a sitting U.S. senator, if you're a decorated soldier, all these things, but if you put the interest of another country above America, is that the definition of traitor? Now, a lot of people may be looking at it like Elon Musk, he's not even American. He's from South Africa. He's never fought in the military, all these different, he doesn't have the right to speak on these things. I don't know. If that's the case, then I guess none of us can speak on anything. I guess I shouldn't be here speaking on politics. I don't know. I've never been a politician. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
Former astronaut.
That doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Obviously, there are some Republicans who think supporting Ukraine is the right thing still, but there is a battle back and forth about how do you think it comes to an end?
Well, I think there will be a negotiated peace, and the thing that we should be concerned about is we should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week.
And this is where it gets me. While we're up here complaining about Trump, and I didn't like how he spoke to Zelensky in the Oval Office, and JD was talking to him, and while we're over here debating all this stuff, Zelensky didn't wear a suit. People are dying every day. A lot of people are dying. I don't know the numbers. I think Elon said thousands every day. I don't know.
Y'all know what it is. It's Dak from the OG Network. And I just want to thank y'all. That's right, to thank y'all for all of your tremendous support over the years, whether you've been rocking with us from the beginning or maybe this is the first show that you're checking out on the network. We want to thank you nonetheless. And we have an ask. All right. We have a goal of reaching 20,000 subscribers by the end of March. That's right. 20K by the end of March. It's not a real goal unless you put a date on it. And with that, we need your help. So we ask that if you are enjoying the content that you like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're feeling real generous, maybe share with some friends and family. All right, I'll let y'all go. And once again, thank you for your continued support. And we look forward to growing with y'all. See y'all soon. Ew.
But a lot of people are dying. A lot of kids are dying. Young men, perhaps a lot of young women as well. I don't know how it is in their military right now, just being honest. A lot of people are losing their fathers. A lot of people are losing their brothers, their sons, their uncles with this war. And at the end of the day, when we're asking, what do you think the end result's going to be? Some sort of peace plan. So then what is the point in doing all of this right now? You know what it reminds me of? You know how you have like two people that get into it. Maybe they got some, I don't know, they've been beefing for whatever reason. They got a lot of history. They don't like each other. And you ever had them just say, why don't y'all just either y'all fight, maybe put on some boxing gloves, whatever, and y'all fight, get it over with, and then y'all be cool. Y'all figure it out. They end up, let's say they end up boxing, they figure it out, both end up dead tired. Maybe one got the best of each other. Maybe they both beat the hell out of each other. I don't know. And then at the end of the day, they end up saying like, yo, they resolve their issues. The difference with this is that a lot of people are dying in the meantime. So when you have these political leaders that are standing on whatever quote unquote principles they feel that they're standing on, people are dying every day. Now, I understand that you want to defend, your land. I understand that you want to defend against whatever you perceive as your enemy. I get all that. But what I'm saying is, if you care about the actual people, shouldn't that be prioritized? and you figure out a way to not go to war, figure out a way, if you go to war, how to come to some sort of peaceful plan as soon as possible. What ends up happening, in my opinion, you get the leaders' egos that get in the way of them actually resolving something faster, because they're not thinking about the lives that are lost as being lives in their family. If Zelensky or Putin were losing people in their families close to them in this war, I don't know exactly if they are, but I'm assuming that, a lot of these elites, they're never the ones that are actually frontlining a lot of these fights. If they were, I think that they would have a totally different tune with a lot of this stuff, and that they would move towards a peaceful plan a lot faster. Now, it's easy for me to say this back here, being in America, but I'm very consistent when it comes to war. I don't like war. I don't agree with war. I think it's the most like us retreating back to our animalistic nature rather than us being these superior human beings, in my opinion, these godly beings. It doesn't make any sense. It's not practical. When you look at what's happening in Russia and Ukraine, what's the result going to be? Now you just got to build up everything that you just bombed. You lost a whole bunch of lives, and you're still going to end up beefing, and you come to some sort of plan that you could have just established a year or 2 years ago. What's going to be the result of Israel and Palestine? You got Trump already making videos talking about Trump, Gaza, and all this stuff. You're going to build that on top of all the dead women, children, men that died. You got all these people dying, and it's like, for what? For what? What is this accomplishing? What is this accomplishing? So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But when war is seen, and I think we played a video last week where we need to have some sort of something other than war that allows us to resolve these type of problems. Because when war is always seen as a valid, as something that's acceptable for us to figure out some type of solution, when people get fed up, we're always going to resort to that. And it's always going to resort to a whole bunch of people dying. And when I say innocent people dying, what I'm really talking about is people that are not the politicians, not the elites, but the elites are sitting back behind all their pawns and behind their walls and their castles while sending out all their soldiers to go die and go fight their battles while they don't care about those lives being lost. Let's just be real. If you cared, then you would figure out a resolution. And let me say, maybe you care, but you don't care the same way as if it was somebody in your family dying. You don't care if it was the same way as if you were putting your life on the line, just in my opinion. Just in my opinion. All right, so let's keep going. The fact that this is going on in his first year is genius. Trump knows how elections and campaigns work. Republicans have to move fast to stay ahead. I know I'm a little bit behind. I'm catching up with the chat. So I got you. So G wrote, Tesla Powerwall, Starlink, Tesla Optimus. It's so much larger than cars. That's a fact. What is the root of war if we boil it down? What is the root of war? That's what I'm trying to say. Is it just egos? Is it just a disagreement? Hey, I think this should be this way. You think it should be that way. Let's go to war. I want your land. It's your land. Let's go to war. It's like, damn, how can we really not figure out something else than just resorting to what I see on the Animal Channel? Like what my nature shows, the nature show, like how can we not do better? Like, are we really just, oh, I'm a lion. That's a lion. This is my territory. I pissed on the grass, so therefore I marked it off as mine. Even though I took it from somebody else that had it, but I killed them, so now it's mine. And then somebody else gonna try. Like, what ends up happening? Like, what is the point of all this? What is the point of all this? And in my opinion, in a lot of ways, it's people that are so, they fiend for power so much, and it becomes intoxicating. Their ego becomes so big, and they'll fool themselves even, and maybe some of them aren't, but they'll fool themselves to the point where they're thinking that, oh, I'm doing this for my country. No, you're doing it to feed your own ego. Let's just be real. Let's just be real, because from a humanitarian standpoint, we know that all this is wrong. We know that all this is wrong, but because we see it so often, we become numb to it. So we could have 40,000 women and children dying here, We could have all these people dying here, and we'll just sit back in America and say, you know, they'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. G wrote, is war ungodly? To me, war is the most ungodly thing, one of the most ungodly things that we can have, because it's a justification. If you believe, it depends on what your spiritual beliefs are, but if you believe in a creator, if you believe that God created us, then us being the ones who end life, to me, that would have to be one of the most ungodly things that you can do. The justification to end something that was created by God, to destroy it, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep listening to this, and then we'll get into You Come at the King.
For nothing. For what?
For what?
And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it. Those who virtue signal and say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever.
That I hesitated to stop this video, but how often do we see this? Literally, there was just a video with Jasmine Crockett being asked, hey, are you pushing some sort of agenda, or is this just to go against whatever the Republicans are doing? And she said, I'm going to be honest, I probably shouldn't say this. I'm not being a good politician, but nah, we're not pushing any policy. We're just fighting against what they got going on. And it's like, damn, like you don't even, this is the same thing that Elon's saying. For what? What is this for? Who is this benefiting?
And say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution.
And have no solution. Because your kids aren't the ones dying.
To stopping thousands of kids dying every day. They just want that to continue forever. I have contempt for such people. I don't want to make that clear.
Yeah. So you're optimistic.
Because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what?
Yo. I'm telling you, I've been seeing a different energy with Elon lately. Elon, y'all keep messing with my boy, man. Y'all keep messing with my boy, man. And this is gonna be one of those things. It's like the Dark Knight, man. You're the hero long enough to where you eventually become the villain. But eventually, we're going to need Elon. We're gonna need Elon for something. We're gonna need Elon for something. And I don't know. All right, let's get this off the screen. How tied into money laundering is war? Facts. It's all, all this stuff is, hey, we're going to give Ukraine $100 billion, but we write the check to ourselves to manufacture the weapons to then send over there. So it's really just us just feeding our own pockets. It's insane. It's insane, but that's the reality that we're living in, unfortunately. Okay, so let me play. Hold on. Do I have the clip here? Give me a second. This clip should already be saved. It's all good. It's all good. I got it right here. Don't trip. All right. Hopefully they don't flag me for this. But if they do, it's worth it. All right. So I want y'all to see this clip. Of classic scene from The Wire.
It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.